Hey everybody! Happy Sunday! Hope you guys have been having an awesome weekend and either a very relaxing Sunday, busy Sunday, whatever it's been. I hope it was a good one and they were able to find time to focus on yourself but also spend time with those people that you love. And overall, hope it was a fulfilling weekend. But tonight I wanted to go live and talk about, I wanted to tell you guys a story that relates to the idea behind cost versus value and what we tend to put our focus on before we purchase something or before we join a program or things like that, because I feel like the question for me personally, and it used to be always this way, especially as a student and a grad student, worried about student loans and affording food to eat, the question I was always asking was, how much does it cost? And I'm always worried about the cost of something and going for the cheaper option always, and not really asking questions that tell me about the value that I'm getting behind what I'm buying. And a lot of times we initially go with that cost and that face value as far as like what's the cheaper option, and then later down the road we find that you're not getting a lot out of it, or it's not a valuable product, it's not a valuable program, it's not a valuable investment because you didn't receive much back, or you're not getting support, or the quality wasn't as good, but we only paid attention to what it cost and without asking questions to figure out the value that you're getting. So I wanted to share a story that kind of really demonstrated this for me this past weekend. So actually it was my first week here a couple weeks ago in Nebraska. I went to a cycling class at a local gym that through my clinical internship, I get a free membership to this gym to take their classes, to use their equipment. It's totally free while I'm here. And so I saw that there was a spin class, and so I signed up and went to the class. And it ended up being, there was like 4 people in the class, and they were older, I mean, it wasn't like young people, so they were like, maybe 50s, 60s. There were 4 of them, which is totally fine, but the teacher was maybe like 60 something, and it was kind of an older crowd, and the class, it was good, but the energy was kind of low as far as like the music was kind of boring. No, it was like summer themed, but it was like a little bit just a more chill, and there were pushes and everything, but the energy was just kind of low and not a lot of up and down, not a lot of energy overall throughout the class, but it was free, right? And so I tried it and I went, and there's a ton of other classes that I get access to for free, and so the cost free. And then there's another spin studio that I tried a class at that I had seen on an app, and so I decided to try it. And I went to that class, I think during my first week here, or second week here, and the energy was amazing. Like, I took this class and the teacher was so energetic, and she had us up and down, and the music was loud, like the place was dark, and so you just like really got in the zone. And this is why I've been falling in love with spin classes, because like they turn the music up and you're just riding to the beat, and you're kind of like in your own little world and pushing through, and it was a challenge, and the energy of the room was through the roof. Like, everyone was on pace with each other and pushing each other, and the teacher was talking and motivating, and it was just an awesome class. I was done, and I was so tired because it was so challenging, but it was amazing. Like, the value that I got from that class was so cool, and like I loved being in that environment and having that energy. And so I got a free week at this studio, and then at the end I got there were membership options. And so the cost for a new member, since I was a new client, your first month is $49, which really is a really good deal. So that's not a ton of money. But it was $49 for first month for unlimited classes. Now, remember that I have a membership to this other gym completely free. I have to pay $0. The cost is $0. The cost over here is $49. If I were to look just at the cost, most people would choose the free membership and say, no, I'm good on that. Like, I don't need that membership. I don't have money. I don't need to pay for that. Like, I have these free classes over here. But when I look deeper into it, the value that I will get at this studio that costs $49, where I walked out so much more with so much more energy and fire, and I had fun and I look forward to going to the classes, or I have this option over here that's $0, but there's nothing about the class that makes me want to go there, that's going to make me want to get off work or get up early in the morning to go to that class, you know? And there's nothing driving me there. And during the class, I have a little bit lower energy and it's not as fulfilling to me. And so for me personally, the value of that class isn't really there. And so am I going to go to something where I don't feel like I'm getting value? Where this class over here, where I'm paying money for it when I don't need to, I have this other option, but it's more valuable to me. I'm getting more out of it. Like, I have this driving force that makes me want to go to the class. The instructors make me want to go. They provide me with support and empower me, and they give me more value. This studio, they were also nice, and it's a community, and like the value of this place is so much more for me, and it's so much more of what I want, you know, in a place. If I'm gonna leave, honestly, you guys, you see me, I work out at home. If I'm gonna leave my house to go work out somewhere, you better be worth it. And this place is. And so I bought the $49 membership for this first month, like while I'm here, because I'm not here for a long period of time, but I bought it to be able to go to these classes unlimited times because I get value from that facility. And this option over here where it's completely free and I don't have to pay any money, it wasn't valuable to me. I wasn't getting the energy I needed. I wasn't getting that empowering feeling. I wasn't walking out of that class saying, oh my God, that was so worth it. Like that I'm you know, that was awesome. I want to come back tomorrow. And this is something that you need to think about when you are looking into you know, a community or a program or a job or a product or something. Stop asking the question of how much does it cost and start paying attention to what you're getting. Like, why do you think that these successful mentors and coaches and people that have achieved the success that we want to, why do you think that their programs and everything cost more? Because they are more valuable. They are providing more value to you. Their clients are successful. They give you one-on-one support. They have communities that you can connect with and groups to connect with, versus someone who maybe the cost is cheaper, and so initially you're like, oh, like that's way too expensive. I'm gonna go with a cheaper option. But you look into what you're getting. Do you get that one-on-one support? Do you get the community? Are the clients getting the same results? Like, are you going to be held accountable? Are you going to actually stick with it? Because are you making enough of an investment to stick with it and to actually do what you said you were going to do? You pay attention to that. The value is what is important. When you're buying something, when you're investing in something, stop asking initially, you know, your first question is what's the cost? And then you just hear a number and then you make your decision based on that. That doesn't make any sense because you have no idea the value that you're getting. So ask questions about, you know, what's included? What support do I get? Can I have some testimonials? Like, what do you provide to your clients? Why should I invest in this and not this one? Why is your cost higher? You know, what am I getting that's different than this one where the cost is lower? So instead of just immediately going with the cheaper option and asking, what does it cost? Oh, that's too expensive. These people have value to provide. So there is a reason that maybe they charge more because you're getting a better value. So stop paying attention to just what does it cost and making your decision off of that. Pay attention to the value that you're getting behind it and ask about the value that you're getting and do your research. Like this is the reason that people quit on so many things that they sign up for, because they didn't pay attention to the value that they were getting. They only went on the initial cost. So maybe they made a smaller investment or it was free and so they chose the free option. But if I were to choose the free option of those spin classes, I probably would not be going. I would not get up. I wouldn't leave my house to go to that class because there's nothing driving me there. I didn't get the energy. I didn't get the empowerment. I don't have value there. But this other class that I'm paying money to go to, even though I have this other free option, I'm choosing to spend the money on the more valuable option, the option that's going to bring more to my life, that's going to bring me more fulfillment in what I want out of a fitness class, a group fitness class, and a spin class. And that is why I made that decision. And so I want you to challenge yourself to be mindful about those decisions that you make, and don't make them so quickly, and don't write off things so quickly just based on that number. You know, if it's valuable, it might be worth trying to figure out your budget and figure out your finances to be able to invest in that option that is going to be more valuable to you. So it's not about the cost. If you're only paying attention to the cost, you're not going to choose the right option for you, because you're not putting the time or the effort into figuring out what is the best option, what does have the most value for me personally. It might be different for everybody, but you have to figure it out for your goals and what you're being provided within that option. So look at the value and not just the cost. Instead of asking how much does it cost, start asking the question, what is the value behind that number that you just told me? What is the value that you are going to provide for me as a coach, as a mentor, as a boss? You know, like what value will I be provided with, and why should I invest in this option? What am I going to get out of it versus going with this cheaper option? So that just really came to light for me over the past week, because it came down to like me, do I pay the $49? And you know, in the grand scheme of things, $49 is a great deal for unlimited classes, and so it's not like I'm paying $200. But you know, then I would have to ask more questions about, why should I pay $100 to $200 for this? Like, why is this valuable to me to do that? But it was only $49. But I'm getting incredible value out of it. But I have this other option. I could save $49. I could think of a lot of things that I could spend $49 on. But I chose to invest in this because it was more valuable, and I want to take spin classes. I want to take cycling classes. And so I chose the one that cost money and cost more because it had more value. So I challenge you to stop asking the wrong questions about cost and start asking the right questions about the value behind that cost. And you may see a huge difference in what your life looks like, or what types of programs or what types of goals that you're able to reach when you start asking that question. Thank you, all of you that hopped on and was watching. Thank you to everyone who watches this later. You can always send me an email, info@docloganinmotion.com. Check out my website, www.docloganinmotion.com, or follow me on Instagram as well, @.loganinmotion. Comment below if you have any questions or reach out. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.